And I've come all the way here to show you exactly how you can live abundantly. Fear is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm your girl, T2T. We're going to do life together. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening. I am your friend, Dr. Tanji, but because we are using the word friend, I need you to call me Tanji. And welcome to another edition of Talk to Tanji. And I am so excited. Can you tell how excited I am? I'm excited because I get to come in your living room and maybe your bedroom and hang out with you for a minute to encourage you, to inspire you, to motivate you, to celebrate you. That's what the show is all about. And I want you to stay engaged with me, please. So I've got a couple of numbers that I want to give you. 451-9788 is the number that you can reach us in studio. And if you want to talk to me on WhatsApp, it's 470-534-2216. And yeah, let's stay engaged, okay? Because you guys were... Can I just say thank you? I know. I'm just all over the place, but I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you because you did something that you really did not have to do. You engaged, you encouraged, you supported, and that's what the show's about. So it's a quid pro quo kind of thing. Last week, we were talking to a phenomenal woman. And I say phenomenal in every sense of the word because she's a trailblazer. She is. She's one who's kind of gone before us, and she's made everything smooth for me, so I get to walk in her shoes. She's none other than Lisa Joseph. And she is going to be with us tonight, and we're going to finish up our conversation on cancer and what that looks like, and the spiritual and the emotional part of being diagnosed, and where do you go from there. But before she comes on with us, I kind of want to let you in, since we are operating in the spirit of transparency. I want to tell you about my story. Imagine, if you will, I'm 22 years old, right? And everything is going well. I've got a really good job. I've got 3 loving babies, and I'm married. And my mom calls up and she says, well, I'm from Mississippi, so we use words like pootie to explain how much we love a person. So she calls me up and she says, Pootie, I've been thinking, and I want you to go to the doctor. And I'm thinking to this woman, I said to her, listen, we just bought a house. We just got a car with the kids, and then I can't afford to go to the doctor. And she says, well, I just had this feeling, and I just want you to go. Lo and behold, I go and I'm talking with my OBGYN, and it's something about a physician who has really good bedside manners. Dr. Holzhauser in Columbus, Mississippi was one of the best. He's stellar at just kind of touching and feeling, but he wasn't doing the exam down there. He was doing it up here and found some nodules. And you're 22 years old and someone is telling you that they found nodules in your body, and you're thinking, okay, the first thing you're thinking, oh God, it's cancer. But here's my thing, and I don't know if I shared this with you. I was really one of those women, those mothers that I believed in taking the children to Bible study on Wednesday night, and we'd have Bible study in our home. And I thought that, I was kind of God's, the apple of his eye. I call him daddy. We've got a relationship. Surely he won't let something like cancer come to me with 3 babies. And lo and behold, I go to an oncologist, didn't know what that was at the time, and he says to me, let's go with the battery of tests first. So they do the iodine test, the T3, T4 test, just to see what's going on with my thyroid. So, ladies, and men, if you are finding yourselves with symptoms or signs of dry, ashy skin, or your hair is brittle and it breaks off easily, or you're irritable, I thought I was just losing weight because Dexatrim was the thing then. But lo and behold, it wasn't anything that the Dexatrim was doing. It was cancer. And I'm 22 years old, and I've got these 3 babies that are under 6 years old, under 6 years old. And I'm thinking this cannot be, because God loves me, and I sing to him in the shower, and I teach my children his precepts and his laws and his ways. And sure enough, talk about a test of your faith. I got angry, and I have to be open, honest, and sincere. I was mad. How could you let me go through this, Dad? I thought I was doing everything right. But what I've learned as you grow with him, you learn that God doesn't do things to hurt you. He tests your faith. And that was a testing of my faith. All throughout going through the diagnoses and all the tests that I had to undergo. And, I felt like Lisa when she said she just didn't want to worry anybody. I didn't want to bother anyone. I kept thinking, this is just my cross to bear. I'll just go through this. But little did I know in that, because I was such a young mama. If I told you that I had a 36-year-old daughter soon, you'd probably think, yeah, you were young. My baby is 30, will be 36 next week, 34, and then my youngest son is 31 years old. So they were little bitty people, and they were going through this thing with me. And I remember getting really perplexed. I remember having symptoms and going through depression. And it is one of those things, and I know now that is my testimony. At one time I was afraid to even tell anyone that I had gone through cancer, because I didn't want to share that. But now I understand that was a part of my story. No, it wasn't comfortable, but in that I learned how to trust. I learned how to be quiet. I learned that it's okay if you're having a moment of despair, because what he'll do is he'll never leave you and forsake you. And I know this now. So now I got a battle scar under these pearls. And I will tell anyone who'll listen that he really is a healer. Not a healer, he is healer, sorry. That is who he is. So my testimony now is he can do absolutely anything but fail. And I remember one of my prayers to him was, when you, not if, but when you heal me of this, I'll tell it. I'll go wherever you want me to go. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Little did I know that I was going to be winding up here in this amazing country of St. Lucia. I don't want to give too much of how I got here, but I will say this. If you are going through something right now and your faith is being tested, would you trust him? And you're saying to me, but you don't understand. I've got this going and I've got that going, and it looks like I understand. I really, really do. Because I look over my life and I'm amazed at how he does a thing. And when he does it really well. So that's my story, my cancer story. He is healer. And for anyone who need to believe that, I'm here to tell you that he will do it. You heard Lisa's story last week, and we're going to pick up with how do you go from, okay, I've been diagnosed with this, my mental faculties are all over the place. I'm spiritually bankrupt, and emotionally, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I need you to stay tuned, if you will. Please. We'll be right back with my guest. Stay tuned. This is Talk to Tanja.